Hello everybody, MillenniumX17. Sony's press conference just wrapped up, so I'm going to try to keep this quick. Overall, Sony was my pick for best of E3, and thus far, they are definitely in the lead now, because this is the best conference of the day. The only point I think that they missed was that there was no really big like bombshell announcement to seal everything, but other than that, everything was great that they talked about. They hit about all the talking points that they needed to hit. So Jack Tretton comes out and talks about the PlayStation gaming community and how they're the the most rabid fans on the interwebs and in the community in general, which is true. So there's that. He mentions that Kaz Hirai, now the president of all of Sony, is in attendance. He's in the front row at the conference. So then after that, Quantic Dream comes out with their new game called Beyond Two Souls. Now, the Quantic Dream are the ones that did Heavy Rain and Indigo Prophecy, which are both very, very heavily story-based games. They're almost like interactive movies with the with branching decision points and what have you, with multiple endings. That's the right word to state. So they're very good. They've done both Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain are really awesome games. So Beyond Two Souls, not much has been announced for it. They did show a live demo for the game, and they really didn't showcase much. What I can say is that this game, hands down, has the single most stunning graphics that I've ever seen in a video game. It almost looks like you were watching a movie. It is that realistic. It is quite impressive. The story follows Jodie Holmes, who they didn't really go into too much depth as to the explanation behind it, but she doesn't quite have like a psychic power. She has a spiritual connection with an entity that we are not officially given any real information on. It looks really good, so there's that. Definitely look forward. They talked about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, announced back I think in April. It looks like Super Smash Brothers. We've been there, we've done that. It seems to work well, no lag. It has the catch with this one though that's pretty interesting. PlayStation Vita, PS3 cross-platform play. They had two people playing the PS3 and two people playing the Vita, but they were all playing one 4-player game at the same time, so that was pretty damn impressive. Two new characters they announced specifically for E3. One was Nathan Drake, and the other one, here's the thing, they didn't technically announce. Nathan Drake, I knew it was Nathan Drake because his picture threw up on screen and they were playing the Uncharted music. The other one they threw up, they didn't really have much music, and the voice for the character had like raspy voice. And the picture they threw up kind of looked like a Big Daddy, but I'm not entirely sure what character it was. So, yeah, it looks alright. They talked more about cross-platform play between the PlayStation Vita and PS3 with Little Big Planet 2. They touted Journey as the best-selling game in PlayStation Network on the PSN. They say that there will be 200 downloadable games on the PlayStation Network over the next 12 months. That's pretty huge. PlayStation Plus is getting a lot of upgrades. They're adding a bunch of they said it's either this month or July they're gonna have 12 free games if you have the subscription. Some of those they're actually upgrading to real games now instead of just PSN titles. They said Infamous 2, Little Big Planet 2, and a couple others that were like big main games. So that's actually they're pushing that as a heavy value, and it's finally coming through now. So that was a good thing. They said that Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified has been they've said that the Call of Duty Vita was coming, but now it is the Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified for the Vita, so that was pretty good. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, also for the Vita. They say for the first time there's going to be a female assassin. Okay, October 30th is the date for that. Now here's the thing though, it comes with a special edition bundle. It's going to be the game, AC3 Liberation, 4 gig memory card, and a crystal white PlayStation Vita. So the first different coloration of a Vita. Is going to be crystal white is what it called. It looks pretty awesome. It looks silverish, kind of, from what I saw, but pictures, you know, so whatever. So that was that. They had another demo for Assassin's Creed 3. This time it was like a ship sequence. You're on a ship. It was impressive as hell. So that was pretty good. The next game, I cannot say enough good things about Far Cry 3. They came out and they did another live demo of Far Cry 3. This time announcing 4-player co-op campaign. It is an entirely its own thing. It isn't, which is separate from what we've been told with the single-player campaign with the psychopath Voss, I believe it is his name. Completely separate. This is its own entity. 4-player co-op, dedicated campaign. 4-player co-op. That's pretty damn amazing. It looked awesome. This game just keeps getting better and better. And then they said something about a map editor, but they didn't show anything of it. But map editor, that sounds pretty interesting. We'll see what they go with it. The first DLC pack will be exclusive to the PlayStation 3. Then they moved into probably the most interesting part of the entire conference. They talked about an interactive, it's like an interactive book thing they call Wonder Book, which is its own thing. You have its own little hardware thing you have to buy. It's basically a big, huge book, hardcover book that opens up, and then like it's like just like a pop-up book, but on the screen with the PlayStation eye camera, things will pop up off the page of the book. And what they're going to do is they're going to have different people are going to come up with, you know, different stories to go for the Wonder Book on the PlayStation 3. And it uses both the PlayStation Move Wand and the PlayStation eye camera to integrate in all at once, which what they showed was pretty impressive. The first one for Wonder Book is going to be J.K. Rowling is going to be actually part of the writing for it. First on Wonder Book is called Book of Spells, which is written by J.K. Rowling, which that'll be pretty awesome. Live demo, it looked really good. They had a recognition fail on the moves part, and they had to do it like 5 or 6 times before it finally got the right, you know, like cross thing that you had to do it. It was alright. It's a live demo. It was the only, I think, fail of the entire conference. So, you know, what can you do? So that'll be coming fall 2012, which that's awfully soon to be just announcing it now. But they also talked about smartphone integration, and they also said something about a partnership with HTC to come out with PlayStation branded phones. So HTC will be the first non-PlayStation, you know, phone that is, you know, the third party, if you will, for official PlayStation branding. So that'll be pretty interesting to see where they go with that. They renamed the PlayStation Suite, which they named last year. They renamed it to PlayStation Mobile to better reflect what its plans and intentions are. So, okay. Then we come up with the last 2 demos of the show. Sony Santa Monica comes up with God of War Ascension. I've never really cared for God of War. It looks like God of War. It looked impressive and all, but it just looks like all the other God of War things, you know. You start a level and you got smaller enemies, and then they get bigger, and then you get further in the level and they get bigger and bigger and big. It's the same thing as far as I can tell. But, you know, it's a prequel from the best I can understand. But, you know, we'll see. And then what they ended with was The Last of Us, which is from Naughty Dog, an actual live demo on stage. This game, if it wasn't for Quantic Dream and I already forgot the name of it, Beyond Two Souls, if it wasn't for Quantic Dream and Beyond, The Last of Us would be hands down the best graphically looking game on the PlayStation 3. It just, Naughty Dog Uncharted 3, you know, everyone knows how good the graphics are on that game. They're keeping it going and they're pushing the limits. It looks pretty damn impressive, and it's definitely a mature game, which it's going to be awesome. That game's definitely going to be pretty amazing. So there's that. I thought that then at the end, after they showed The Last of Us, Jack Tretton comes back out on stage and then thanks everybody for showing up. And I think that's Quantic Dream's game right there, as a matter of fact, what you're seeing on the TV behind me. But yeah. Anyway, Jack Trident comes out on the end, and I think they're gonna drop one big bombshell at the end. They're gonna seal it right then. It's gonna be something amazing. You know, I was thinking, you know, me being me, I was thinking maybe, you know, Half-Life 3 or Grand Theft Auto 5 or something huge to just crush everybody. Didn't happen. Jack Trident thanked everybody for showing up, and that was the end of the conference. So, no big bombshell, but still overall the best of the, especially today, hands down. The only company left that can do anything with anything is Nintendo. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. I leave the door wide open for them to, you know, surprise me. So, but we'll see what happens. Until then, however, I'm MillenniumX17, and you guys have yourselves a good day.